Hey everybody, this is Marcel Patuta, Sports Inquirer, and happy to be joined by Georgia State volleyball player Meisheia Griffin. Mish, thanks for joining us for today. I know you have practice in a few minutes, so just wanted to catch you before you get to that. First of all, how does it feel to be back playing again? You had your tournament last weekend. You got 3 matches in, but just how does it feel, and how do you and the team feel just being back on the court for regular season action?
It feels so good. Like just coming off of, everything was kind of weird last year. So just kind of being able to have some kind of normality is kind of relieving to us. So it's relieving.
Yeah, what's been the biggest difference just from last year to this year
Mhm.
as far as preparing for the season and being in the season?
Yeah, I feel like the big difference was more of like a family culture, if that makes sense. So I feel like because we're so close off the court, like I feel like that kind of translates to on the court, and we're able to give to hold each other accountable more without worrying about hurting someone's feelings and everything. So I feel like that all around would just make the whole team better.
And looking at the roster, give or take, you have about 7 to 8 or 9 new players on the team. What's that been like for you as a senior, building this family atmosphere and getting them acclimated to Georgia State?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, it hasn't been that hard. Like it really hasn't been as hard as I thought it was going to be. Like I've just kind of just been myself. I feel like I'm a great person, so it wasn't that hard for like everyone to try to like cultivate and everything towards that and gravitate towards a more family culture. Like I just treat them like humans. Like I treat them like teammates and friends, like family, like they're like my little sisters. So like that's kind of how I treat them.
Yeah, and you came back for another year. You could have
Mm-hmm.
moved on and gone another direction, but you came back to play again. What led to that decision?
I just feel like Georgia State, like, it's in my heart. Like, it just holds a special place in my heart. So I feel like, and I just feel like I just had like some unfinished business here. I feel like I could have did better last year. Like, I didn't do terrible, but I feel like I don't want to leave on that note. Like, just not feeling like I did enough. So that was another reason. And plus, I've always wanted to go to grad school here anyway. So I was like, that's a bonus. So when Coach Sally asked me, it was no thought about it. I was like, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow. Like, what? I mean, not tomorrow, next year. Like, what? No question about it.
I was going to ask that. A lot of people are using this fifth year of eligibility in different ways. Some are finishing
Mhm.
undergraduate work, excuse me. Some are doing graduate activities. Some are doing even internships. What are you doing? How are you spending this fifth year of eligibility?
So I just graduated this past semester, like this past year, with a biology degree. So to kind of like continue on with my education, I use this fifth year to to go back to school to get my master's in biostatistics. So even though it's a 2-year program, like I still have my first year, kind of covered in a sense. So yeah, so that's how I'm using my fifth year to go back to school,
No,
get my master's.
sure, very effective. Let's go to on the court. You were able to play three
Mm-hmm.
matches this past weekend at the GSU Invitational. You went 1-2. You were named to the All Tournament team. You had a good performance overall, 25 kills over those 3 matches. What did the team do well, and what can you improve on?
Mm-hmm.
What do you take away overall from playing those 3 matches against 3 different teams?
Yeah, I feel like playing those 3 matches. I definitely feel as if we learned a lot about ourselves. Like we didn't do awful, but I definitely feel like we could have done better. So I would just say, just continuing, I guess, to just kind of push through once we get pressed, like in crunch time. So I feel like that's a big one. And I guess just kind of building off of this, like this weekend, carrying on until next weekend, I would say overall we should be able to find our kills more. I feel like that's a big thing, kills and blocks, and I feel like that would change like the whole game, minimizing our unforced errors, and that's a big one too.
And what about, you have several new setters, or setters that are
Mhm.
getting more playing time, in Truth
Yes.
Hafey and Claire Lewis. They had double-digit assists in that California Baptist victory. What's it
Hmm.
like playing with those two? And because those two are getting more playing time and more involved in the
Yeah.
program. As a middle, what's that like for you, dealing with the two new setters?
I love it, honestly. Like I just love just having to adapt. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say a guessing game, but it kind of is. It's just like, okay, like, trying to decipher like what what set is going to work in different situations. So I would say it's more also like a trial and error thing, and like just taking feedback from each other, from the setters and to me, like, and just trying to apply it. It's actually kind of fun, just working through that.
Yeah, and how do you, this is my last thing, how do you do that now that you've played some matches? Have you gone over some film? Have you applied
Mhm.
it to some of your practice preparing for this North Florida tournament that you're going down to in Jacksonville? How do you get that interaction better, that camaraderie with these setters and with the rest of your
Yeah.
teammates, just in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah, so basically, like everything that you said. So we always watch film our first day back after the weekend to see like what we need to work on. So we've already done that. So we've already implemented those things in practice. So we've been working on them already. So just getting ready for this weekend. Just trying to get some games in.
Well, Mish, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and safe travels to Florida.
Thank you.